Okay. Okay. Save the troll later. Could be something over here. Go check it out. Temple of Rollick. Oh, I thought someone was casting spells at me. I was about to say, man, don't get messed up like that. There's the tent. Just yet. Gonna have him traverse the lava fields. Probably would be better for her, actually. Because she has telekinesis and we wouldn't have to travel as far. Pick up fat loot. Only issue is she only has one teleport. Okay, so there is some stuff you can possibly look forward to. I think down there is way to go, though. Right here. Perhaps another over here. Figure out how to get over there without getting destroyed by first fire. Here. Not have been the best spot. Find out. Not good enough. There's something there, but it's probably garbage. Not gonna go out of our way for that. We want to go over here. Guess we need to make our way over there. Could probably go there. We're gonna be stuck there though. There is what. Tornado! Ooh. Bringing the pain. I can wait for the tornado. Or I can wait for... No, I don't want to put that on cooldown. We'll do tornado. Okay. Something here. It's worth the effort. So far, not quite. Build. A bee. Up here, what we got?
I've spotted something.
Something good. Unexpected. Abandoned service tunnel. Oh, I was gonna be kind of salty here. Be like, there's nothing in here?
The doors loom above you, one step closer to the council, one step closer to divinity.
Oh. Discover the hidden entrance to the academy.
The others must surely be thinking the same. After all, only one of you can ultimately ascend. Time for an honest discussion, perhaps.
Okay. Well, oh, and I'm by myself.
The academy. My academy. This place was home once. Now I'm not sure what home even means. But I know one thing. I may be the last of my line, but the hope for my people lives on through me. I must try to save them. I must ascend. It is the only way to guarantee that my race will never be snuffed out.
Only the red prince is green to me. Means I didn't earn enough favor with everybody else. I didn't talk to them yet. Okay. Let's load. We'll go down to get the experience. Just in case, you know, there's some magic shenanigans. Fane we never use for transporting. Doesn't have anything special. As soon as I can find his triangle. Red, there it is. Right there. That way, if we needed to, we can port to it. Okay. Bars are alright. Alright, cool. Very cool. Wasn't expecting that. So the Lunar Shrine might lead to the Academy, maybe? Well, we've done everything but the Troll, Bishop Alexander, and the Shadow Prince. And I think we'll do the Shadow Prince first. Oh, Temple of Relic. Okay. We really care about all the shenanigans. Yeah, I guess there's a thing there. Best way to go about it. Over here. You know what? We could just take the shortcut. We just take this. Go directly to him. Won't be able to make, well, possibly make use of some of that high ground. Oh, there's a person over here.
Of all? A black-ringed priestess turns to you. Her astonishing beauty takes your breath away. Her gaze drifts past you, and you realize that she's blind. She breathes in, as if tasting the air, as if tasting you.
I'm gonna go 3.
She laughs and raises one hand, telling you to wait. She produces a mirror of darkest black, holds it up as if to look upon her own magnificence, and then speaks, as if to herself.
I found God woken.
She waits a moment, as if listening to her own reflection.
It shall be done, O sallow one.
She closes the mirror, looks at you directly, almost as if she can see you, and then she smiles. A smile to melt the heart, a smile to drown in, a smile to send an army off to war.
Wants to scrap, eh?
I'm ready.
That. We'll get rid of some of your magic. Why not? We'll only have like 1 point next turn, but... Oh, she didn't move. Fascinating. Make sure she doesn't go anywhere.
The priestess holds her hand out to you and smiles. A smile to freeze the heart. A smile to set a forest all ablaze. A smile in which to gladly bleed to death.
Take me.
Sure, let's go one.
Her hand slides into yours, and you are whisked away, far across the oceans and the forests and the mountains, to a city on a dusty plain. You're in an alleyway, dark and dank, and you wear a hood. You're ragged and dirty, twisted and bent. You move with a stooping sideways gait. Thirsty, while a shopkeeper's back is turned, you approach a barrel of water and bend to drink. You catch a glimpse of your own reflection. Your skin is discolored, your features deformed, your nose hooked.
A 1?
Whack! The shopkeeper cuffs you about the head, shoves you away, and tells you to clear off. He calls you hag and crone and old witch, though you have only just reached maturity. You reach for the curved dagger hidden in your stinking robes.
Oh. Stab him.
You race through a maze of alleyways as behind you the alarm is raised. You hide in a darkened corner as the pursuing mob draws near and sense a presence behind you. You turn. A man's pale face floats high above you in the gloom. He smiles and offers you his long-fingered, long-nailed hand. You know this is the God King's sallow envoy. There is no choice to make.
Take his hand or take his hand. I love that. Let's go or take his hand.
You step from your hiding place as the mob goes racing by, crying murderess and witch and hag. None but the younger men give you a second glance. They give you a third glance and a fourth. You find a mirror in your pocket. You open it and stare into the black glass. The most beautiful woman you have ever seen looks back at you. You smile, and so does she. And you will remember the beauty of that smile until beyond your dying day. The last thing you ever saw before the veil came down. Because now, your sight is fading. Darkness descends, and quickly you are blind. Your other senses rise, and you hear and feel and smell the world. You are not lost. You shall never be lost again.
I served the God King well. I shall return.
No, you're not going anywhere.
I belong to the God King. I belong to the...
Now you can forget her. She belongs to you at last.
Your soul. Mine?
She seems to look right through you. That smile play.
The God King did. I belong to...
Now you can forget her.
Somebody absorb her, please.
The priestess holds...
Take me. I belong to...
Now you...
Okay. Can we kill her? Oh. That autosave right there was pretty dangerous.
Obey him, honor him, feed him death.
Doesn't look like we've aggroed these guys. Or these guys, okay. Oh, she was just kind of doing her own thing. The Shadow Prince. Yeah. Save right there.
You suddenly hear something in the distance. A strange tune. Sabine freezes. It's her scar song. The master is near.
He's close. We must turn back now, or he'll have me under his thrall once more. I need to find someone I can trust enough to share the Scar Song with. It's the only way.
Okay. Trying to get her attitude in check. And we gotta talk to her and learn her, you know, life story.
What's on your mind, darling?
Alright, start from the top, Sabile.
My, what a query to ask so out of the blue. Still, why not? I suppose some stories were always meant to be told. So, here goes. No, hang on.
She retrieves a small flask from her backpack, uncorks it, and takes a big swig. Tears stream from her eyes as she offers you the flask.
They're tears of joy, I assure you. Here.
You drink. It burns. Soon the tears run down your cheeks as well.
Not bad, is it? So good it has us crying like babies. Now then, the epic of The Master and the Scar. Sounds like a melodramatic opera. There was, of course, some singing involved. It began when I woke in the dark room. He removed my blindfold, and still I did not see. He himself was darker than any shadow, but I could hear him give orders to another. Stingtail. How he came to regret the actions he performed that day. The Master bid the dream a dream, and so he did. He sat there. I could feel his hands upon my cheeks. He trembled, as if in pain. I didn't know what was going on until quite suddenly, his right hand became aflame. I screamed as he traced the design of the scar into my searing flesh, but I could not move, not an inch. And all the while the Master looked on in darkest silence.
Go one. Well, she's not really that kind of person. But she is afraid of the scar. Let's go 2.
No, I'm quite all right, but thank you. So, once the scarring was over, and the pain began to fade, the training began. With words, whistles, snaps of the fingers even, the Master could make me obey his every command. Young, strong, smart. You know I don't exactly lack in qualities. It didn't take him long to train me in the arts of stealth, subterfuge, and assassination. It shakes me little now, all too little. But that first time, that first real kill, it was such stuff as nightmares are made on. I had now lived in the dark for what might as well have been years. I was in a wood, but the trees there were sick. Grey, leafless hydras sticking out of ashen earth. There were no stars that night. She sat, shivering beside a fire. I was nervous. I had to chase her. My hand hated itself, tried to resist, but there is no resisting the Master's song. My stabs weren't as mercifully exact as they should have been. I had to bring down the needle again and again as her screams flooded the forest with terror. When it was done, I crawled back to the Master, broken, crept back into the box, and through its cold black lid, he told me I had done well. Next time, I'd do better.
Going 1.
You understand me completely. With the needle, I'll kill him. And with the needle, I'll strike his name from my skin. The bastard will be Master no longer.
Here we go. Where do I see their attitude towards other people? Things. Thought it would be here. Let's go 2.
The very best.
She cocks her head ever so slightly and eyes you as innocently as a kitten.
Why? Don't tell me you disagree.
Go 1.
Thank you. I quite agree, and I'm sure I'll have mercy on you when I'm a goddess. You, but a mortal at my feet. In all seriousness, though, the prospect both tickles and terrifies me. I mean, divinity. Will it be a blessing or a burden? Would we be truly omnipotent, or merely the servants of an unruly universe, as desperate for control as we are now? And then there's the question that makes me shiver most of all. Would we still be ourselves? Would I remain Sibyl, or would my mortal soul die upon gaining divine immortality?
Hmm. I'll go one. Telling her not to worry about it seems bad. Makes her shiver. So let's go 2.
Take the plunge and don't look back, huh? As good a plan as any, I presume.
She sighs and closes her eyes, then smiles her easy smile.
Such a silly game we play, to be a god. It's quite wasted on mortals, if you ask me. We are all of us too blemished to become immaculate.
Go 2.
Ha! A tale of cloaks and daggers and daredevilry. Are you up for it?
Let's do it.
Wonderful.
She bows with thespian flair.
Imagine a black room. It's been your room for years. You know it by touch more than sight, for it's always dark. And when I say always dark, I mean always dark. You're either in the room or in the box, for it's in the box that you travel. You're only let out at night, because you only hunt in the night, with the Master's voice in your ears urging you on. And after it's done, you lie down in the box once more, with wet hands and mad red thoughts.
A box. How is even still sane? Missing word there. Check that out. Let me see. Let's go 2. Go 2.
Sometimes it's best to let sleeping questions lie. The thing is, the box didn't break me, though I confess it taught me to hate. One night, I killed a scholar. With my needle through his fragile old skull, he fell headfirst upon his writing desk, blood mingling with spilt ink. It's when I saw the ink that timid thoughts of rebellion first bloomed. Back in my dark room, I dipped my needle that killed the scholar in his own ink, and engraved his name in my skin. I'd remember him. I'd honor him with vengeance. His name was the first, but many more followed.
Go 1.
Of course.
She bares her left arm and shows you the name. You softly run your finger across it.
Why would you do that?
Mindarin. He was Turashar, a keeper of stories. I'm sure he was loved by many. People like him, the beloved dead, they kept me going. Then, one day, it happened. A gush of wind, a sliver of light. Light! I hardly knew it for what it was. A simple oversight that comes with habit. A door, left slightly ajar. That was all I needed to feel a rush of blood, a thirst for liberation like never before. I tore at the shackles that kept me chained to the floor, iron thick as a smith's wrists. Of course they wouldn't budge, they never did before. But now that I saw the light, something welled up inside me, a raw and undeniable burst of power. The shackles broke, and next thing I knew, I was free. I stood alone outside the ruins of a fortress, snow-capped peaks all around me. But the sun, oh, the sun. I had risen as if from the grave, and she kissed me back to life.
Let's go 2.
Why, I traveled back to civilization and had myself a long, luxurious bath.
Let's go 5 and see what she wants to tell us now.
Sabine slides her hand in yours, makes your heart skip a beat with her particularly coquettish smile.
I've something I need to tell you.
I like to.
You earned it just by being you.
Let's go one.
You see, the thing is...
She scrapes her throat, hesitates, almost as if she's a bit nervous. There's a first.
I'm afraid you're going to accuse me of killing the mood, but... I need to talk to you about the Master.
This one I like the most, but I fear it's gonna piss her off, so let's just go to the one.
No, not anymore. Or so I hope. My dear, sweet Marcus, I've grown to trust you. More than I've trusted anyone since I've had names on my skin.
Go one.
Wasn't easy, I know. Come, sit down with me for a moment.
You both sit down, cross-legged, knees to knees, hand in hand. Suddenly, a melody. Sabine sings a song, haunting in its simplicity. She uses no words, sounds rather. It's beautiful, yet somehow menacing.
This is my Scar song. It's all the Master needs to make me his slave once more, unless your voice opposes his. I will soon confront him, with you by my side. My life and my liberty I place in these soft, strong hands of yours. Will you sing?
Let's go two.
Thank you.
Her cat's eyes close as she leans in for a kiss.
Sure.
You kiss. It's sweet and wonderful. You wish it could last forever.
My word.
You both get up and smile to one another warmly. When you hear a sound in the distance and turn to look, Sabine pats you affectionately on the bottom.
Adventure calls, but I say we do this again sometime.
Got Sabile's song. I guess it's not a skill or anything like that. Yeah. I guess maybe it'll be like a dialogue option or something.
Please, go ahead.
Let's keep going. I mean, we started it. Might as well get the rest of it out of her. And before we do the faint thing, we'll probably have to or before we go into the academy, we'll do the feign thing. Maybe we'll do the feign thing right now, but what are we at? 3 hours on the VOD? Dang, we dropped some frames. Let's go 2.
Oh, honey, you should be. It was a trust not lightly given, I assure you. The mere recollection of this tune, it haunts me. Sometimes, in dreams, I hear it whistled, and I fear it's real. I fear I'll never wake up again because it holds me enthralled in the night. And when I think of what it made me do, it's enough to make me want to flay whoever sings it.
She pats your shoulder awkwardly.
But darling, no need to tense up so. I'd never do that to you. Well, not unless you'd attempt to sing the song before we meet the Master. But you're far too smart for any such shenanigans, aren't you? Of course you are. Now then, on a more serious note, how about a kiss? Come here.
A kiss, a sweet, stolen moment.
See? I told you we should do this again sometime.
Go 2. Last one.
Ah, yes. I am the Prime Scion. A revelation that came quite out of the blue, which is somewhat ironic, considering I'm supposed to be my people's foremost memory keeper. Quite slipped my mind, though. A slave scar will do that to a girl.
Go 3.
To be frank, it exasperates.
She looks down, an uncharacteristic cast of melancholy passing over her face.
Gods, I was so young. Imagine it. To sit enthroned under a vast forest canopy. To look down upon a crowd of thousands, their bodies aglow with countless rays of golden light falling through the leaves. You hear their voices as one. One mind, one thought, and it's your name they incant, as if the word itself were magic. Sabeel. They said it like I was the cornerstone of their existence. Isn't that silly? I didn't even know myself.
Let's go 1.
Good question. It's a very lonely thing indeed to be the object of a people's worship. What is revered is feared at the same time.
She absent-mindedly fingers her needle, hesitates.
I used to love poetry. I used to love wandering the forests for days on end. I'd swim in the rivers and forget to dress after. It was fine. I was alone. I'd bask in the sun, sleep nestled among bear cubs. Nothing out there would harm me. But always, they would find me, the scions. Always the mother tree would call me back, for one day I'd be free no longer. One day my legs would be roots. To wander would be but one lone memory among millions.
Go 1. I was gonna go 3, but 1 actually sounds good.
Clearly not. Though I must admit that even to sit on that throne amid that eerie crowd, destined to become leaf and bark, was not so dreadful a prospect as what came next. When I decided to run away from the mother tree with only the moon for my guide, it was a terrible journey. Soft-leafed branches became vicious like whips. Moss-bedecked rocks became sharp like the stone axes of old. I grew weary. I was bleeding, in pain, and how I gasped when for the first time an animal eyed me with malice and growled. That is when I heard them. The whispers and the taunts. The low howls of men. The snare cut so deep. The blindfold, it made me panic. The dark.
Let's go 1.
Somewhat to your surprise, Sabeel doesn't recoil, but allows you to hug her.
Thank you. That very first moment of darkness. I've never been so scared ever since. Then there was the stench of those men. The burn of the ropes. The jeers and the kicks. Until the dark went silent. Even those barbarians didn't dare speak in the presence of the Master. But I'll not speak of him and his methods. Not now, anyway. If ever.
All right. Is it inspect, by the way, or examine? Attitude is what I'm looking for, or something like that. Attitude. 67. Attitude. 100. How did I get you to 100? How is she only 67? Bane, my dog. What are you at? 35. Okay, this guy, he's got good defenses everywhere, so... what is he weak against, though? Anything. Does he hit hard? He doesn't hit very hard. Fire? Oh, because of warm. Wow, you gonna get bodied. No talents? No immunities? This is too good to be true. Too good to be true. All right. You Put him up there. Alright, perfect. No. You're crawling down, aren't you? Thank you. Thank you. Alright, these two are going to rush in first. Because this person is important to them. The other two are not. So. Here we go. Oh, you know what? But dwarf guy knows the song. Oh, he should probably be in the conversation too. Alright. Everybody get in formation. That is... How many times do I gotta reset the formation? Kind of ridiculous. Here we go. Okay.
Did the God King send ya? Did he send ya?
The one.
As ready, God King. They came out of nowhere and killed us all. As ready. Rise me up. Rise me.
The one.
I served the God King. Rise me up. Rise me up, God King.
Okay. Well, I like this high ground. It's good high ground.
One step, then another, ever closer. You can tell from her bearing, Sabine has never been so ready to kill, so on the brink of impending action. She's like a cat, all concentrated muscle, that split second before it pounces.
Guess the Red Prince doesn't aggro the Shadow Prince for some reason. Whatever. I can trade with you. Oh, that's 14,000. Why would I be able to trade with the Shadow Prince? One would wonder. Shadow Prince notes. I'll take those. Seems really good. You know what, we'll give it to him. What else are we gonna buy on a freaking island? We'll buy those too. Hold on a second while I read your notes. Can't read your notes. Hold on a second while I read my equipment. Locks. Okay, I guess because they're in a conversation, can't do it. Okay, here we go. Here we go.
Another step, ever closer. The moment has finally come. She's found the master. The eyes of predators meet.
Sabine?
He snaps his fingers, and she involuntarily snaps to attention.
Here you go, breaking my heart.
That's the plan, mastermind.
Go one.
He sighs, sadly.
I don't begrudge you your freedom, Sabine. Your escape relieved me of having to witness your death by your own hand. The inevitable last command. I would have watched you, like I have all this time, glad to see you live, sometimes even laugh. I'm very fond of you, you know.
The feeling's not quite mutual.
Not yet.
Another snap, different fingers, different sound. She looks to the ground. She's bowing before him.
Utter control. The tool of a tyrant, you think? But you're mistaken. Let me indulge you with an explanation. Everything I do for a much greater good. The supreme example of this is you, Sabine.
I feel like he needs to be in the conversation, but life is hard. Good one.
She's the prime scion. It had to be her. The other scions knew and welcomed her. They sought out their own killer. It was all so very elegant. What I did had to be done, Sabine, and I had to be the orchestrator, for I am the House of Shadows. I am the Fate Weaver. I am the hand that guides a blind world.
Sabine slowly draws her needle.
Time to get to the point.
My, you still have the needle I gave you. How very gratifying. A fine instrument, is it not? Precise, exact. Just like me. Just like you. You should know that I forced you to shed the blood of scions because rather than a killer, it transformed you into a savior of untold millions. Here's the final truth, Sabine. The true evil here is not me. It's you. The Mother Tree and her scions do not seek to carve out their own part of peace in this world. They seek to carve out the whole wide world for themselves. They want their roots to conquer every last inch of Rivellon. World domination. The prevalence of one race over all others. That is what they desire. That is what I counteract.
He's still a dead man. Let's go with 1. 1 I think is the safe one. I want to go with 3, but I'm gonna go with 1. The heck was that?
Finally figured that out, did you?
But there is merit to my madness. Can you say the same of your mania? I don't begrudge you your freedom, Sabine, but you came looking for me driven by no more than ordinary bloodlust. All you see is red. You've lost sight of all reason. You know how the scar works. You know I have but to sing a single tune. You've no hope whatsoever of defeating your master.
He sings. The Scar song swells, 1,000 tiny needles in Sabile's soul, chipping away at her will. She looks at you with hope and defiance, gives the signal. You must sing the song.
Go 1.
Your voice harmonizes with the master's. Stunned, he hesitates, and yours becomes the dominant melody. Sabine is free from his influence.
Dear me, you're a miracle worker. I'll take it from here.
The patient cat finally pounces. She strikes, precisely, exactly. Her needle pierces his neck, spears his vocal cords, filling his throat with blood. Checkmated and muted, he staggers back, all a feared fury. This is it. It's time to kill the master.
Visibility removed? Oh, look at that. Hear that music? Alright, I might have to reload to get the Red Prince's dialogue out of this. Kind of disappointed that he didn't get to get in on the conversation. He's gonna take a lot of work to get. Where is the dagger that I throw? Here it is.
Glory is mine.
Okay. Just do as much damage as possible. Okay. He's not going to cast any spells. He's not going to make any attacks. Okay, you hit kind of hard. Right. We got a friend on the high ground. Sure. Oh my gosh. 1,000 damage. The Incarnate does not do this much damage. And look how much health he has. Practically 15,000 health. Okay, that charm was bad. Charm was really bad. Jesus. Alright, we're getting bodied by this charm right now. Jesus, calm down. Oh, there's a person right next to her, or him. Right, calm down. Alright. There it is. You're gonna go before
I'm ready.
Pop that on you. Okay, gotta get a little bit closer. Destroy all's armor.
I'll yield to none. Reveal yourself.
Armed. I don't know what that was supposed to do. Oh, angled. Alright, time for you to die. Goodbye, Shadow Prince.
I sense something nearby.
The master's dead. Finally, I am free.
I need to deal with you. Oh, I just dealt a ton of damage to myself. That'll give me 500 over 2 turns. Alright, this said I got new abilities. You about to get bodied.
Prepare yourself.
Very cool. Yes, can we target him? Just out of range. Cast this on Sabille.
Reveal yourself.
Sabille. Okay. Mind control you. Terrify was fine, but mind control's so much fun. I'm not afraid of you. Let's body you. Take some damage. Oh ho ho. Okay. Oh, you're slowed. Are you blind too? You're blind as well. We'll heal the blind. Will you? Fortify. What did she do? Oh, is she attacking invisible people? Ah. Hey, there was somebody right here. What, actually? Really? Really? Right in front of you. You're blind. You're also slowed. Move right next.
Reveal yourself.
There you go. Assassin. Okay, you got 1,000 armor and I got 5 points. Might be worth it. Oh yeah, that was totally worth it. Why'd you go to sleep? Heal the prince.
Reveal yourself.
Wake him up. Okay. People are being annoying. You're gonna move first. Come on, that did not knock out. Dang it, man. Okay. Put a safety up here.
Reveal yourself.
Gosh, this invisible thing that they're doing is pretty obnoxious. Okay. Who's going next? You're gonna go next. And after that, be you. Oh, you have no magic defense. You're entangled.
Glory is mine.
Get him. Is he dead? Yeah. Where are you running?
I'll yield to none.
Doesn't that do a lot of damage? feel like his damage is down by a significant amount.
Something nearby.
He's dead. Over here, I guess. Yeah, run by him. That's a great idea. Come up here and attack Fane. Great idea. You got to be kidding me. Pisses me off so much. Like, the range on that man is tiny. You have no armor. You're a crossbow user, so atrophy will be good. Only got atrophy 1.
Show yourself.
Everybody come up here. It's great. Alright, gotta take care of you. Kind of free. Not gonna go for a while. Take care of you.
I'm ready.
Right, so if I do this, don't have another 2 that I can use other than that. 3. This does good damage. Suppose I could do that. It won't kill. I'm not afraid of dealing damage to my teammates here. Oh, double kill with the down or the pressure spike. Still a guy over there. You guys can take this hit. I believe. Why do you only have... Does this reduce? Aha, there we go. That's wow, shock is better than I thought it was. Ah, executioner. Be humble. Silence. Kill.
Into the dark with you.
It is done. Want to loot Loot all the people first, and then we'll go over to the other guy. I'm guessing he would have dropped his notes. I wouldn't have to spend 3 gold on it. It was weird that he sold stuff, though. Give me the loot! Give me the loot! Shadow Prince's signet grants chameleon cloak. 3 finesse is pretty good. Come on, man. 4? 4? Where's the 5? Where's the Lore Master 5? They're all awful. Heart of the Shadow Prince. And that to Sabile. Sabile. Okay. Shadow Prince got bodied. But that was great. Okay, and let's see if he has any regrets.
I must speak with this man. Please stay close and keep an eye out for assassins in the shadows.
This works. I don't have to go back and reload. This works. I'm on my guard, man.
Very good. Now for some answers.
Red Prince, at last we meet, or rather, meet with your awareness of my presence. How often I've stood by you but an arm's length away, a shadow within the shadows. Untouchable. Almost like meeting an old friend. Or, in the present circumstances, a kindred spirit.
Even in death, his eyes are black holes in a black-skinned sky. He bows with the deference of a noble among nobles, swinging ever so playfully between sincerity and sarcasm.
I suppose I should start with an apology for the attempts on your life. Talk about getting off on the wrong foot, wouldn't you say?
Failed attempts, remember? Hardly made me break a sweat, those lackeys of yours.
Tell him, Red Prince.
To my astonishment, and I admit my admiration. You may find this hard to believe, but given different circumstances, I would have been quite content to let you live. Let you play the Emperor from your golden throne in your golden city. Alas, certain events beyond even my control were set in motion. Ripples became waves. I had to act. And so I arranged for you to meet with an unfortunate self-inflicted end.
Go on.
I did, but of course I didn't know then he was God-woken, stronger than the demon. It's almost a pity we found ourselves on such opposite sides, all because of who you are, and all because of who she is. It was Sadha who set events in motion, Red Prince. If you were the ripple, she was the wave. She's a tidal wave that will take wing, become a murder of dragons, red as the setting sun, that will alight every corner of this world with the terrible splendor of fire.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go 2.
To make a point, for it is murder they would commit, and it would be murder that would be committed upon them. The simple truth of the matter is that yes, we lizards were dragons once. The mightiest creatures to rule sky, earth, and sea. But such was the jealousy of our power that all other races united against us and brought us to the brink of extinction. No one knows what happened next. Was it wizardry? Was it Zol Stissa who took mercy on us even then? Suddenly we were dragons no more. Lizards instead. And as lizards we flourished and built an empire once more. But the House of Dreams trades in prophecy. They've always known we could be dragons again. For one day a man and a woman will be born, and their skin will be red, and the fruit of their union will be great red dragons.
A day that will come to pass.
Curse your obstinance. Listen to me. I was the House of Shadows. This was my role. I saw the great games in motion, allowed them their flux when they advanced for good, cut them short when they advanced for evil, even if it meant doing evil. The renaissance of dragons would spell the end of our race, plain and simple. To that end I needed you to die, but you proved to be all too worthy an opponent. An opponent I would even now see an ally. Ally with me, Red Prince. Find Sadha and kill her. If she births dragons, all other races will unite against us, and this time they will destroy us for good. We were spared last time. The condition of our continued existence was that we'd never let the dragon roar again.
They look each other in the eyes, like two chess players contemplating their next move.
Go on.
Actually, I think I'll call his bluff. Now then, I'm the Red Prince. Your role in this story is over. I am its sole protagonist. Sadha may indeed be dangerous. I may decide she must die. I may not. But it will be my decision. You're out of options, Master of Shadows. Tell me where she is.
The Shadow Prince stands checkmated, and he knows it.
I truly have no choice, have I? Very well. I must put the fate of all lizards in your hands. But beware. Sadha is ultimately dangerous. Not only will she be the mother of dragons, I fear she's fallen in with an old enemy.
Them?
He points to the fallen black ring.
Oh dear.
If I'm correct, and Sadha's heart has been darkened by the ring, you may be able to find her through their scrying magic. There's a thing on this island known as the Sallow Man. He is a master of mirrors. Mirrors like his will read your mind and show you what you desire, if you manage to elude or eliminate him. A word of warning, though. He is like a shred of nightmare ripped from the dream realm, set loose in reality. Do not underestimate this creature. Be careful, and become the savior of all lizards, Red Prince. Become the true emperor of your people.
I will be Emperor, yes. Of lizards or dragons, that remains to be seen.
Wonderful. Heck yeah. Heck yeah.
The tree must fall. The tree must fall.
Which one?
The elven tree must fall. The elven tree must fall. He fears it. He fears the elves.
Keep going.
The elven tree must fall. The...
Okay. Any last words?
The Shadow Prince's spirit snarls at you, claws at you, but his spectral nails move harmlessly through your body.
Any last words?
The tree must fall. The tree. The elven tree. The elven tree.
You have anything to say to him?
The tree must fall.
Alright, man. Alright. We're at 4 hours on the VOD. And keep going. Quick save. Actually, let's hard save. We haven't done that in quite some time. Then we have a heart. I don't know if it's necessary for something else. But we're gonna consume it.
You are the Shadow Prince, master of the House of Shadows. A born rascal, you have spent many a long year honing your abilities. You have a rare skill with a knife in your hand, and you have taken that skill to heart.
Daggers drawn. Cost 2 source and 4 ability points though? Come on. That's pretty good. Look how much damage that does. 2 source, 2 ability points. Good damage. That is terrible damage. That's probably terrible damage. That's probably the damage right there that it shows. That does good damage. Got thunderstorm. Thunderstorm. Right. What a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful end to that tale. Wizard staff. Hey, that's worth something. Cave. Oh, go in there in a second. Lizard leg.
You are a priest of the kin, your face raised to the sun, your blood warming to the heat upon your skin. All is well, and then all is not well. Cries of war come from the shore, and death comes quick.
Okay.
Good find.
No idea what I just picked up. Here we go.
The air is thick with heavy flakes of ash. The altar before you seems to radiate heat as you approach.
Kneel.
An emblem of the sun glows faintly on the altar, but all you can hear is the hiss and rumble of the volcano and your own heavy breath.
Alright, someone else, I guess?
The air is thick with an emblem of the sun.
Did that say something new?
The air is an emblem of the sun glows faintly. The air is thick, an emblem of the... The air is thick, an emblem of the sun glows faintly on the altar.
Alright, we'll go into the cave below. That is the clue.
Reading of the wonders of Solstice, it's clear where her people get their feelings of supremacy from.
Hello there. You're a crab? Imperial the Stalwart.
You there! Prithee, goodly traveller, might I prevail upon you to answer a question?
Go one.
You see, I am on a mission most grave. I seek a sorcerer most foul, most reviled, most feared. Her name is...
It's gonna be that crab that we met on Fort Joy. Just watch.
His pincers scissor wildly.
Septa the Ineffable.
Yep, yep.
Have you heard tell of this wicked beast on your travels?
Let's go one.
Why, I shall slay her with a single thrust of my sword-like claw. For mine is an ancient and noble order, bent on destroying that which would destroy. Septa is a sorcerer, and I am a source hunter.
Go one.
Oh no. You spoke to her. Face to whatever you call the odd frontly part of your person. I regret to inform you, you haven't much longer to live then. Now that she has your scent, it won't be long until Septa tracks you here and guts you like a minnow. You have my sympathy. The hunt continues. Imperio, away!
So, one streamer that I've been watching every now and then, he has mentioned several times that the animals are some of the best characters in this game. I agree. Septa was amazing, and that guy was amazing.
This is not quite the safest place I've ever been.
We better find a way inside before it all goes up in smoke, and us with it.
Of a murdered god woken. Stir it up. Thank you very much for your crappy loot. Need something I can use. Nope.
The spirit before you drips sauce from his raggedly slit throat. Realizing that you can see him, he throws a wry smile in your direction.
Ah, Godwoken. You know how you relive bad exams in your nightmares? Good news, you get to relive them in death, too.
Continue.
He rolls his neck, sauce gurgling and spouting from the deep gash. He laughs, and his laugh is a bitter one.
As I was facing the trials, I was killed by another Godwoken hopeful. He's long gone now, but I'm still here. I just can't stop thinking about it. That one answer, the one I couldn't get in time. Anon Fallon Reveal. Anon Fallon Reveal. What in the void comes next?
Go one.
His face lights up, gratitude shining forth from it.
That's it. That's it.
He begins to fade from view. But as he disintegrates, he traces an esoteric sigil in the air between you and pushes forceful energy into you, restoring you.
Thanks, I guess. I was just gonna grab that, but... Okay. Probably something right there. Is this really all there is to this cave? Okay. I feel like have been more.
The air is thick with heavy flakes of ash. An emblem of the sun glows faintly on the altar, but all you can hear is the hiss and rumble of the volcano and your own heavy...
Maybe it's because I expended her, maybe? On another god? Nothing I could think of.
I've spotted something.
Can you actually reach that? Can't reach. Oh. Actually, check if you can teleport. Can, but it's in lava. Lava is instant death. Gonna quick save. Right there. Okay. Things have to be checked. Okay. So I don't know the lizard symbol, which I guess will just have to be trial and error. We can go around over here. Like we would need some sort of immunity to fire. I don't have any immunity to fire. There's nothing but lava here. The rock there. The rock there. Okay. Once again, we're gonna do Sabil. Sabil has telekinesis. It'll probably just be safer for her. Do it. We'll quick save while we're here. Identify. That could be good for you. No, not at all. It's all garbage. Some books over here. Guess we can't. Oh. Support. Beast. Let's move on. What a tricky check. Heal. You can't grab that? Really have to go all the way out there to loot it? Crazy. Oh, you can't even loot it from here. I can't telekinesis it, so I guess we're out of luck on that one. Just use your pyramid. Save myself the time in it. Bloodiest temple. What's up there? Okay, all right. Let's go to here, Syndalus. Talk to some people and things.
Eyes closed, the tiger seems to be praying.
I am the last of my hide, my stripe, my streak. All of us but I fell dead in the mist when the two legs had their war. I pray to thee to bring us back, to save us from our end.
She cocks her head to listen to a voice you cannot hear.
If the covenant be in good faith, O black-winged god, and all the forest tigers shall return, then I shall accept your...
Go to?
They all shall die, I swear it, and I shall start...
She stares directly at you and bares her teeth.
With the he-lizard.
What a fascinating turn of events. Where's this guy at? Person aggroed me, man. Okay. I don't want you doing anything.
Stranger, you must help us. I beg of you.
Oh, these are allies. Examine you real quick. Nothing to be worried about. Need to do fire damage though. Haste you. You can go with the final attack. Bettering.
Worms take you.
1,000 experience. All right, let's you get for thinking you could take me on.
The leaves of the altar rustle, a gentle murmur on the breeze. You lean in, a sweet smell wafting around you, the smell of fresh wood, of blooming flowers, of a gentle summer's night.
I'm gonna go 2.
The scent fills your mind and your vision starts to swim. You blink and find yourself standing in a dark glade. On the wind, you hear a whisper, God woken. You turn towards the voice and see the broken body of a fawn. A raven is perched upon its head, pecking at the gory hollow that once held its eye. You're about to turn away when the body twitches. God woken, it whispers. The raven turns its gore-streaked beak towards you. Its eyes are a deep bloody red. God woken, it croaks as it takes to the air, circling the glade. God woken. The fawn's breathing is shallow and ragged. I need to heal, it murmurs. Please, I need your life's energy, please. I need your blood. You turn to walk away, but as you do, you feel a cold, heavy thump on your shoulder. You look up into the fierce red eyes of the raven. I see you, Godwoken, it croaks. I see you. The blood-flecked beak lunges at your eye, and you feel it. You feel it tear through the lid, through the jelly, and crack against bone. You stumble back, grasping at your face. Your eyes are fine, but the altar is changed, with the crescent moon hacked into the wood. As you leave, you can't shake the dull, thudding ache in your eye.
Okay. Okay. Try the elf.
The leaves of the altar rustle, a gentle murmur on the breeze. You lean in, a sweet smell. The scent fills your mind and your vision. You turn towards. You're about to turn. The raven turns. The fawn's breathing is shallow and ragged, but it nudges a stone towards you. Leaning down, you pick up a round white rock. The deer's breathing is labored, its mouth moving in vain. You lean in close, and it whispers, run. As you pull back from the dying creature, you feel a cold, heavy... I see you, God... The blood-flecked beak... You stumble...
Hang on. No. Get that raven away from me. Think so. I don't think so.
The leaves of the altar rustle. The scent. You turn towards the voice and see the broken body of a fawn. A raven is perched upon its head, pecking at the gory hollow that once held its eye. You're about to turn away when the body twitches. The raven turns its gore-streaked beak towards you. The fawn's breathing is shallow and ragged, but you turn to walk away. But as you do, you feel a cold... I see you, God... The blood-flecked beak lunges at your eye. You stumble back, grasping at your face. You're up...
Fuck a fool, man. Oh, if she gets blinded, a lot of trouble. Whatever. Whatever. Which is not Going. Have we gotten level 18 weapons yet? That darn Raven.
Sister, we're safe now.
The priestess is oblivious to you. Instead, she's locked in frantic, desperate prayer.
Almighty Duna, save your children.
Alright, that's enough of you. Who has the book?
Be at ease, sister. We're safe now.
Almighty Duna, hear my prayer. Save your children.
Useless.
Reading it with someone high intelligence. You? Fascinating.
Ho there, hopeful. I belong to Tirsen Dilius. To whom are you sworn?
That is a better ring than the last one. Oh my gosh, one-handers are going up to 100 damage now? Oh boy. Oh boy. Lose 2 finesse. We lose cripple, silence, blinded, and 10% crit chance. For 8 damage. Oh, there's no rune on that. I ain't going for that. Ain't going. Let's go lizard.
I'll tell you something about Zolstisser. She doesn't listen. Know how I know? Because, my friend, when I offered myself to her, she never answered. I was God-woken, and I failed her. But she, too, failed me. When she learned that I could not crush my own compassion, Zolstisser deserted me. She deserted all of us.
A voice within suggests he just wasn't good enough. He didn't know enough, hadn't developed his powers as best he should, wasn't ruthless enough. He failed because of himself.
I renounced her, and Tirsen Dilius came to me. He soothed me with his gentle words, and I was whole once more. He could do the same for you, if you would have him when you fail.
Go to.
I prayed to the altars of all 7 gods, all across the island, and pledged my allegiance. You must do the same, and hope they hear you. But most of all, you must be ruthless, where I was not.
Go to.
I prayed to the altars of all 7 gods, all across the... You must be ruthless.
Go on.
That I do not know. I prayed at each altar, heard nothing but Tirsen Dilius' voice in the whispers of the trees. Tirsen Dilius tells me all is well.
One?
If it may help you, I wish you well.
Okay. Oops. Gotta say.
Have you been to the temple of Zolstisser? Is the King's Knight safe? Is Zolstisser's chosen champion safe?
What? I don't remember meeting that night, though. Let's go 3.
Such dreadful news. I thank you for your kindness, but I fear that all is lost. I shall pray for his redemption, and for ours.
He lowers his head, closes his eyes, and silently begins to pray.
Hear my prayer. Save your children.
Finesse. Serious?
Bid ease, sister. We're safe now.
Gosh, I feel like every single ring that I come across has Warfare, Huntsman, Hydra Fist on it.
Children.
Useless.
Nice belt. Not that expensive either.
The elven priest prays serenely. Sensing your presence, he opens his eyes. A long look passes between you as he takes in your face and the color of your skin.
So, the Red Prince is here. Interesting, if revolting. Not every day one meets his annihilator. The very man who, in the darkest depths of his mind, formulated the plan to unleash Death Fog within the heart of the elven homeland.
Go 2.
Denial? Pathetic. We know from the flesh of your generals that it was you who whispered poison in their ears. We know from their flesh that you made the perfect plan to eradicate both us and the Ring. You pretend to be a prince of the House of War, whereas you're nothing but a slave of the House of Shadows.
Go 2.
Lies, deception, and death. Those are the pillars that hold your vile empire aloft. Away from me, demon. It is a terrible miracle that a heart as cold as yours manages to beat.
And you're lucky I don't kill you on the spot. Onward. Who are you listener, priest, man? Elven High Priest. The boss.
I am at the ready.
Godwoken, the Mother Tree calls you. Follow the spirit. Climb to the heart of the tree. The Mother awaits.
This is a trap. This is 100% a trap. This is also unexpected.
Mother, you don't look well. How vulnerable you are. At heart.
Get down here. Better get close.
I am the scion of the Mother Tree. Her heart speaks through me.
The scion of the Mother Tree. Let me talk to her, please. She and I have business.
Go 1.
The Shadow Prince is dead, and I ate his wicked heart.
The Mother is angry. She desires the enemy's heart. But you may still make amends. Sabine. Your actions cause great pain to the Mother. You cause great pain to all elves when you run from duty. You cause great pain to yourself.
See, I was thinking about not eating the heart. And when I ate the heart and it gave me hardly any interesting information, I started to get suspicious and disappointed, and here we go.
But now you are here. The Mother forgives. It is time for you to fulfill your destiny. You are the prime scion. You are the daughter of the Mother Tree. You are the one that will replace her. You must take root now. The Mother is sick. Soon she dies. It is time. The elves need a new mother. They need you. Take root, Sabine. The Mother demands it of you.
This is a momentous decision. I'm not entirely certain.
I'm gonna go 1.
You do? Then I think you're right. I'll not do it.
Prime scion, prime traitor. Strong is bark, weak is flesh. Even this dying heart will shred you.
Serious? Don't take me on that. Bill. Oh, after she dies? I thought it was right now. Like, kill yourself so I could take you on. Nah. Nah. She could be the tree. I don't care. Go 2.
You're right. I'm the prime scion. I cannot refuse.
Bless you, Sabine. I bow before the Mother. Now close your eyes and listen to the heart. Become one with the heart.
Sabine closes her eyes for what seems only a moment, then opens them wide with a gasp.
I heard the great ancestral heartbeat. Louder and louder, in unison with mine. It felt as if my mind, my single palace became a city, then an empire, then a whole world filled with every morsel of knowledge and power ever accumulated by any elf since the birth of the species. It was daunting. It was too much. It was far too much. It was perfect. When I opened my eyes, I knew I was no longer the same woman. I'm more. I'm a people. Its fate and its future.
You feel it, don't you, Sabine? You are now the heart. Go on from here to become our god as well.
Thank you. Bill. A talent called Rooted. Free memory. Well, I appreciate that. I really do. It's actually pretty good. I mean, you know. All right, no. Can we talk to you?
The Mother would bid you leave. Do not wait for her to change her mind.
And check yourself.
The Mother would bid you leave.
I said, check yourself.
You are rooted. You are rooted.
Man, I should have killed you. All right.
Sabine touches your arm.
Hey.
Look, it's Sahela.
Sabine, it is so good to see you once more. I must speak with you. It is of the greatest importance.
Someone tell me how she got here. How'd she get here?
At last I see clearly. I know what must be done. The Mother is sick. She is weak. Her grip slips at last. You make her so. You kill her scions. You are strong now, Sabine. You are prime scion. You are God-woken.
Something bad's gonna happen.
This is a unique opportunity. The impossible is now possible. Kill her. Free us from her tyranny, please. Finish what you start. One more kill. You must strike at her heart. Do this for me. Do this for all of us. Set us free.
I cannot. I did my duty as Prime Scion. I am rooted, Sahela. I will be the new Mother Tree one day.
You must not be. You must not be. Even if you are rooted, you can still undo the Tyrant Tree. I hope you change your mind, Sabil. You, who loves her freedom above all. Find her heart and destroy it. Set yourself free, Sabil. Set us all free.
Dang. 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 They gonna do it like that, man? Two regiments. Oh, man. What gonna do? You could finally sell these. That to fame. That to fame. That to fame. And that. Dang. Deal. She now believes she needs to become the next divine also. That's not good. I need to become the next divine. Right, you don't want source, man? Come on. Oh, okay. We're gonna autosave. Do we kill the tree? Let's hold off on the tree for right now. We have an arch nemesis to talk to.
The Mother Tree calls you, Godwin.
Heard enough. Your
Look.
words mean nothing to me, Alexander.
Protect the bishop no matter the cost.
Look who it is.
Magisters, lower your weapons. Gareth, listen to me.
I have heard enough. Your words mean nothing to me, Alexander.
Protect the bishop no matter
I think
the
we
cost.
set this into motion by setting him on a path of vengeance.
Magisters, lower your weapons. Gareth, listen to me.
I have heard enough.
I will have your head, Seeker.
Got anything to trade? You do. Apparently. Oh, this is Gareth. I was like, apparently I've sold a lot of stuff to you.
Be at ease, Magister Rowe. Weapons down. Gareth, I have done you a grave injustice. I was deceived, and I was too weak, too naive to see it.
Alexander holds his hands outwards towards Gareth, his blade resting flat across his palms, a gesture of goodwill and peace.
Go to.
Whatever Alexander's reply might have been, it is drowned by Gareth's alarming chuckle.
Godwoken, have you come to witness the death of the noble coward? How fortunate. You can tell the tale of Lucien's other wayward son. This slug defends his own cruelty on the basis of ignorance. He expects me to forgive him for everything he's taken from me. Every fallen seeker, every friend, every slain Godwoken. My own parents. He says this to me while their flesh still rots in the graves I dug for them. I've forgotten nothing. Alexander, you are the sinner, yet the gods have allowed us to suffer for it. I would kill you 100 times over if given the chance.
Hmm. Ah, the big decisions. This. Faith. Oh my gosh. We haven't really heard anything other than Alexander's kind of sees the light, I guess. But we haven't heard his side of the story yet. And we still haven't heard his side of the story. All that I know is that we tried really hard to kill him once, and he's back again. I mean, he basically died twice, and now he's here for a third time. Honestly, considering just doing both outcomes and seeing which one that I like the most. Because mainly is just I haven't heard anything about why Alexander's back and what he's up to, and you know, why is he important? You know, I'm gonna be the Godwoken, not him. You know, screw this guy. So with that in mind, let's start. We're about 5 hours into the VOD, so let's start with all the dialogue. Let's convince Gareth to stand down. Strength. Failure.
How curious. The Godwoken would defend his oppressor in the face of his liberator. Then your belly is as yellow as Alexander's, and I will bathe your bones in his blood.
Okay, well, we'll kill Gareth first, I guess. He's more weak to magic. Go. Why are you always so far away?
I'm ready.
Go to sleep. What are you doing, man? I guess we'll get all three outcomes this way. Fuck, my persuasion failed though. Wow. Wow. If we were to fight Alexander, it would be a tough fight. Jesus. Shocked and chilled. Docking is take him out. Oops. The wrong ability. Apparently, I stunned myself.
Glory is mine.
Crit. And death.
Meet your maker.
We set him on that path. Feel bad for him. Broken source collar amulet. That one's a special one. Seeking revenge. Was another one.
A shrewd move to side with me like you did. Perhaps you have more guile than I give you credit for, sorcerer.
I guess we'll get all the information out of him on this particular run. Let's go. You're supposed to be dead.
No, quite the opposite, in fact. I am more alive than ever. I walk in my father's footsteps, and soon I shall become the divine.
Man, he is still cocky. Like, can you be humble? You know? Go 2.
I was born for this duty. As long as he lived, my father groomed me to take his place, to speak for the gods. And make no mistake, divinity is a duty, not a reward. Others may be able to claim the mantle, but only I can shoulder the burden, the responsibility.
Go 3.
She had her accomplice, Vriedemann, pose as someone who could train me how to master my god-woken powers. But it was a lie. They sought to hinder, not help. While I was being occupied by Vriedemann, Dallis began taking over the Order. I confronted them once I returned from the Hall of Echoes, and the pair of them tried to kill me. They must be Black Ring agents, tasked with preventing me from ascending. They won't succeed, though. I know what needs to be done, and I have good, loyal Magister and Paladin companions to help me see that it is done.
Go 2.
Another such as you? You mustn't even know how to enter the council yet. Why would you still linger here if you did? Only I have the will, the strength to do what is necessary. And now that those traitors, Dallis and Vriedemann, have no influence over me, the way forward is clear.
Go 2.
Make no mistake, Godwoken. I do not need to work with you. I will enter the council when I am fit and ready. But you are desperate. That much is clear. Make yourself of use to me, and I shall help you unlock the council. You must strike down the one who leads the Black Ring on this island. That is my price.
Go 2.
Do you really think the future divine should take such risks? Besides, you're the one seeking help. Perhaps you can put your murderous skills to use for the greater good.
Okay, let's go one.
He's known as the Sallow Man. My father faced him in battle during the Great War. He's a wicked creature, a master of illusions who hides in the shadows and sends others to do his bidding.
Alexander produces an old cowl and mutters an incantation. The cloth glows a cool blue for a moment before settling back. He hands the cowl over to you.
My father concocted this charm so that he could face the Sallow Man in battle. The cowl has now been laced with its essence. Wear it, and he will be forced to reveal himself. Succeed, and perhaps you can join me inside the council. There we can see who shall be the next divine, once and for all.
Okay. In persuasion, but whatever.
I will have your...
Be at Gareth.
Alexander holds his hands outwards towards Gareth, his blade resting flat across his palms. A gesture of goodwill and peace.
This fight looks already as difficult as it could possibly be. So, we're not going to do this fight lightly. Go here, you're tanky. Problem is Alexander is the one that needs to die. Has so many hit points. People to deal with.
Gareth notices your arrival and emits an alarming chuckle.
Godwoken, have you come to witness? This slug defends his own, my own parents. I've forgotten nothing. Alexander, you are the sinner, yet the gods have allowed us to suffer for it. This is your end, Alexander. I strike in the name of your father.
Okay, of course you're not behind him. And you have so much magic armor. Be enough. We go to... Not gonna be enough because I had to move. Well. Maybe we'll crit.
Glory is mine.
We'll miss. Alright, well, that ruins that plan. Now we have no plan. Summon the beast. Inner demon. Whittle him down, I guess. Okay. You have low magic armor. Guess we'll just do this on you guys. You're both archers. Hopefully you'll do right by me. Why didn't he go? Care about Magister Bow. One. Okay. Have that many. We're gonna do 1,000. 1,000 will knock him down to 1,400. We'll have enough. Your armor is gone, sir. What? He just did 1,000 damage. And the double taunt. Fortify for 700. That's fine. Hardly anything. Only 700 damage.
Right where I want you.
And it's gone. And if Alexander's gonna play like that, closed circuit. He just used a source power right there. Where's my opportunity attacks? Oh, he's stunned. I have no mages to help out. Okay. That crit wasn't very nice. Come on, man. Be able to do damage. Need to free him. Move here. Oh, you're not taunted anymore. Do that. How are you too far? Magic armor hasn't played hardly any purpose. Nice miss. Holy moly, you're blinded. Ow. Oh my gosh, he got healed. Oh. Resisted death. Blinding Radiance is bad. Unity to blind it. Deal some damage. Nice crit. King. Point. Dang it. You hit once. Good. Alright, Fane's about to die. Surrounded by... Not dead yet. Not going yet. Thought you served me. Can we do to remove flow? I'll take one. Friendly fire is fine. You. Perfect. You. Over. Okay. And alright, let's move some of that armor. Alrighty. There's you blinding everybody. You're going next. All of this fog is pissing me off.
I'll yield to none.
Ooh, water arrows. Really? Not charmed anymore. That.
Prepare yourself.
That. Get rid of that. Big damage. Little damage. Oh, that's bad. Could ask for you guys to be humble. You just went. 2 damage.
I'm fading.
Lost 3, man. You serious? Head on down. Nice, you're still chilled. Okay. Bane might have to die.
Glory is mine. Glory is mine.
Executed 2 AP, yeah! I didn't, oh, she still had armor. I still see 2 targets up. You're still alive. Ah, you're still alive. And you're taunted. And you ported her over there because why the heck not? Welcome. And just go to sleep. Get you in a second.
I must admit, Godwoken, at one time I envied you. I wondered what it would be to feel awake for the first time. Reborn. I no longer have to wonder. I see for the first time. I see you. I see myself. And I see my future. So clear. So very my own. Not Lucian's. Mine.
16. That's 3 intelligence. Whoa. The strength-based scoundrel skill. Guess we're gonna go with that. That almost what sells for them. All right, everybody group up. Need a scoundrel stuff. Let's go loot. One died over. Oh no, that was the other fight. Really, you had nothing. Really, you had nothing. Bishop Alexander. Get his head. Get the cowl of true sight. Divine reckoning. So 3 slots. Is not very helpful. Honestly, the staff is bad. Alright, so we need to keep the head. Can't eat it. Are there any other strength-based skills for? Wait, I'm like going over all of these and they're strength-based. Or finesse, I mean. What did we get? A new book? Sleeping Arm. Atrophy. If I swap to him, it's strength. Fascinating. Upgrade for you, 3 intelligence? Kind of is. Trades Arrow Third for summoning, telekinesis for initiative. Only 5 damage less. Get initiative. I'll make that trade. That's bad. Still can't decide on this. Like having 3 slots is nice, except weapon slots on weapon or on two-handed staves are pretty terrible because you get things like increased physical damage and Or earth damage. You're not really attacking with a staff. Yeah. Curious though, like, do other things go based off of strength? Goes off of strength. I wonder if you can make a strength-based a bow character. You only need like 15 finesse total. Look at that. Although that requires a ranged weapon. But it's an interesting thought. Very interesting. Alexander is dead. Save. Alexander deaded. Oh, and then we have to make the decision of if we're going to kill the heart or not. You know what? We're gonna do it. We're at 5.5 hours. I think we'll... Where's Sahaya? No, she went in here. She stealthed some. But I think we're gonna save this for the next time. I don't know if it'll be tomorrow or not. So I'm still uploading that 6-hour VOD, and yeah, it's I'm almost there. I need like 2 more hours to upload it. Might be the only thing standing in my way. We'll see. Just keep an eye out. You know, we'll check it out. So yeah, thanks for watching. Appreciate it. We'll be back possibly tomorrow. Not tomorrow, maybe Sunday. Not Sunday, maybe Monday. And we're gonna continue plowing through this game, because it's probably one of the best games I've played in the last few months, maybe even this year. There's been some good games this year, but this one's definitely up there. Top 10, top 15. And that's being very conservative. So yeah, we'll catch you next time. Peace.